spying on injured workers. Walmart may have taken the term rollback just a little bit too far. Corporate giant known as Walmart is going to redefine what it is to have a great job. Howdy ho, guys. The CIC of the United States of Truckin, coming at you from the mobile command center known as The Truth in Broadcasting. If you're a current subscriber, welcome back. This is important and you need to know about it. If you're new to the channel, my name is Boss Man. I've been running this as a channel built by truckers for truckers. Take a seat, become a subscriber, and you're part of a movement to help make trucking great again. Walmart, the retail giant, the corporate powerhouse, and the one known for the great job opportunities, over $100K a year, just got slapped with a $35 million verdict. Why is it that they got hit with this suit? Well, because they fired one guy, a guy named Jesse Fonseca, if I'm pronouncing it right, and accused him of fraud for doing something as simple as driving his car. So we're going to look at this and ask a question. Was it foul play, or was this actually him doing what he was told to do? Let's get into it. Once again, my name is Boss Man. I've been an owner-operator and the operator of a truck for over 13 years. I think I know a thing or two about being treated fairly. Now, things happen every day on the job. You file what's called a workman's comp claim. Usually you have to go to a doctor, you have to get treatment, and then prove that you're fit to be back to work. It's never personally happened to me, but the idea of being treated fairly is something I've experienced a time or two in my 13 years on the road. So let's set the stage here. This fella, Jesse Fonseca, worked for Walmart's Apple Valley Distribution Center for over 14 years, similar work history. He was injured on a job back in 2017 when another semi-truck rear-ended his. And after filling out the workman's comp claim, doctors gave him a set of restrictions. He was not to do any pushing or pulling or lifting over 10 pounds, and no commercial driving. That's a key point. Remember this. Walmart claims they caught Fonseca driving his personal vehicle and used this as grounds for terminating him. They said that he violated his integrity policy and accused him of attempting to defraud the company. But Fonseca now a jury, strongly disagreed with that, and the jury, as a result of the trial, awarded him $35 million. Now, Walmart has a dog in this fight, okay? They say they surveilled Fonseca while he was on medical leave, and they discovered that he was driving his personal car. They argued that this violated his work restrictions, which, as I mentioned earlier, were no pulling, no pushing, no lifting over 10 pounds, and no commercial driving. And they said that that justified him being terminated. In their words, this was about upholding their ethics and protecting their integrity policy. Now, Fonseca defended that, and he said he understood what his restrictions were, but that it only applied to commercial driving. His attorneys argued that Walmart's accusation of fraud were baseless and part of a larger scheme to push truckers back to either working prematurely when they really shouldn't have been working, or to terminate them to save on workers' comp costs. Guys, if you have a workman's comp insurance policy and your workers are hurt or unable to work, there's no cutting costs. Now, I'm not saying there's not fraud. There are people out there that consciously put things under the rug, This is not one of those cases, and the jury saw that. Now, here's where things get even messier. Walmart's decision to surveil Fonseca raises some very serious questions. Did they cross an ethical line? Tell me in the comments, what do you think? Monitoring an employee during their private time, when they're not on the clock, especially when they're recovering from a workplace injury, that to me feels like overreach. Truckers, imagine this. You're injured, you're following the rules, you're doing everything both your doctor and your boss tells you or knows you're supposed to do. as you understand them. And then suddenly you're being watched like a criminal. Like you're doing something wrong even though you've done everything right. This case it isn't just about Fonseca, okay? It's about the thousands and literally millions of hardworking truckers and others in the trucking industry who felt the sting of corporate double standards. That's what this is. Major corporations can't treat their drivers like disposable cogs in a wheel that they can just change at any point in time. There's more to it than just cutting costs. For corporate powerhouses like Walmart with billions of revenue, 35 million might be just a drop in the bucket. It's pocket change to them. But for guys like you and me, who've dedicated years of their lives to the job, this case is monumental, and it's something worth paying attention to. It shines a light on the double standards with big trucking and any big corporation running any industry. Companies preach about integrity and ethics, but then often fall short when it's time to treat their employees with fairness and respect. Comment below if you agree with that. Guys, we're fed up with this. I know most of you watching can kind of relate. You've heard similar stories, or at least you know about this one. If you don't, you do now. We're tired of being watched, blamed, and thrown out like yesterday's trash. We're tired of corporations prioritizing profits over people. Stories like Fonseca's show why the trucking industry needs change. But here's the thing. Corporations aren't the only ones. There are people like us out there doing the things that caused them to surveil us to begin with. That needs to change as well. So let's call this what it is. There's a massive difference between fraud and living your life. And Mr. Fonseca wasn't trying to defraud Walmart. He was just simply trying to heal and recover and get back to work. Walmart's actions, from surveillance to termination, were just plain out wrong. And they were a failure of basic decency. I want to ask other major corporations, are you going to rise above? Are you going to do what's right? There's humanity sitting behind this wheel. There's humans, people, families, lives. All of them are worth every dime of that lawsuit and every second of your attention. So what do you think? Do you think Walmart actually crossed the line? Do you think they did the wrong thing? Do you think the $35 million verdict sends that message loud and clear? And what about people like you and me? Do we need to actually start looking over our shoulder? Really makes you wonder, doesn't it? We're talking about these issues because it's things you need to know about. Things that affect the industry. Every truck, every company, every driver. If you found this as eye-opening as I did creating this video, please go down below, hit the like button, become a subscriber, and keep an eye out for our playlists, which clearly give you all the information you need to know to help make trucking great again. I'm Boss Man. I'm glad to bring you these stories. I'm glad you're with me on this journal. Look for me on our Frontlines episodes where we actually take these stories to a whole new level and debate them like you've never seen before. Look for us on the weekends at 7 p.m. We're here to help you make trucking great again, because it's the trucks that make the deliveries, but it's you that make the difference. Till next time, guys, keep it real, keep the faith, and keep it rolling.